Now I am trying to remove the AC compressor without removing the pipes. If you cut the pipes or if you unplug the pipes, the gas that makes the air conditioning work will be released into the atmosphere, and you will have to recharge the system. I don't want that. I'd like to plug in the compressor in the new engine. So in the air conditioning system there are many bolts that appear to hold this into the engine, but the ones you have to remove are 4 long bolts, 12 millimeter. Ratcheting spanners are really the best thing since sliced bread. So we now have to release the pipes from the power steering reservoir. There are 2 bolts. There is 1 bolt, one big one here, this one where I had my socket, and then there is another one, a pipe that has just a holding ring on it. Main concern is oil spilling into the belts, so as long as you avoid that, there is no problem. You see the copper rings here, these will have to be replaced. There is another pipe over there that I have also removed. So on the power steering side we're good. It is time to remove the oil lines that run to the oil radiator. You see there is one here, and then one on the oil sump. Just remove these clamps and remove the oil line. Engine oil will come out when you remove these holes, so be sure to have a pan ready underneath. Get a bit of tape, use it to seal the end of this pipe, or else the gasoline in the gas tank will evaporate in time. You see there are 2 pipes, one which is this one that goes into the canister that I have just sealed, and then there is another one over here that you have to remove as well. You have to unplug it from the pipe. Our goal is to loosen and release all the pipes that go into the engine so that we can lift it out of the car. Liquid gasoline will come out of this pipe here, the second one, because I believe this is the return line for the fuel. So the fuel goes on one end through the filter to the engine, and then it goes back via this pipe here. So now I'm cracking open the hose that comes from the filter. It's another connection to the engine. We have to remove it to loosen it. Place a pan underneath, just like in my filter change video, because fuel will leak out from this line here. Now put the banjo bolt back where it was. We will have to replace those rings. Those rings are sealing rings and need to be replaced every time you crack open this sort of banjo bolt connector. For us not to lose the banjo bolt, it's always a good idea to put it back where it was. first you have to release the pressure on the accelerator cable, and then you can remove it. So there we go. This is a similar system than those that we saw on the release of the bonnet release lever. Just maneuver the cable around and then release it. No need to cut or anything. Okay, now we have to remove these holder brackets that are holding these shifter cables to the gearbox. Now this fluid line is where the fluid from the clutch master cylinder operates. We have to remove this because this comes from beyond the firewall. So this is just like a brake line. I'm using this special spanner. You may have seen this from my brake rebuild videos. It's exactly the same, and it will be better for this sort of work. Oil will leak out. This is brake fluid, so make sure that no oil of this type goes into the paint. Okay, just leave the rag there, then proceed to remove, to loosen this line from the gearbox. Okay, from this side I believe everything is loosened from the car. Take this holding bracket and put it in a safe place because we will have to reuse it. Okay, now we have to separate the exhaust header from the downpipe. The downpipe has three bolts, one here, and then another one over there, you see? These bolts are usually rusty, so you must soak them in oil, like I've done with the WD-40, and wait a little bit for the oil to sink in. And then you have to unbolt them. So you will need a socket like this, a dip socket, and a couple of extensions to increase the leverage. Sometimes the socket does not go all the way into the nut, so it's a good idea to hammer on the end to make sure that the socket is really well seated in the nut. If it gets too hard to remove one of the bolts, you can use your torch, apply a little bit of heat to the bolt and to the surrounding area. It's really important. Not only the bolt. You apply heat to the nut, to the surrounding area on the exhaust, on the flange, and then try again.